Greetings traders, let's explore silver in greater depth or greater detail, whatever you fancy more. And let's start, as we always do, with long-term charts and see historical market moves. Now we have that luxury to look at silver since 1970, so we could witness silver's historical rise with great inflation in 70s from $1 to $5 in the first phase, and then the market started to move in the range for next couple of years. So you might think silver is very boring, at least if you don't know what happened then. People might be writing silver off and traded something more fashionable, such as forex at that time, which was brand new. But no, here is one very interesting thing that happened in the early 80s, when silver went from around $6 to $40, then they reverted $12 and went to $23, and then fell back again in 82. So firstly, there was context that all the metals spiked at that time, but silver made particularly huge moves because a couple of traders called Hunt brothers tried to corner silver market, and this extent of this move is more or less driven by a couple of greedy traders that wanted to make too much money. But as I recall, they were not that successful in their venture, and the market manipulation scheme failed, but they left historical mark. Yes, and this is what is possible for a couple of greedy traders that wanted too much. They historically moved market in the amounts that were not preceded before, at least with modern trading mechanisms which we have now in place, such as regulated trading exchanges and whatnot. And nevertheless, this was a very cool story that I wanted to tell you, but let's move on. After that, silver started to slowly fall to $5, and then it doubled its value in around March of 83, and then gradually made bear market to $4.8. For shorter term traders, that might be quite decent markets, but after that came a long period of ranging markets when silver went from around $6 to $4, with one spike in 87 when it made move from $5 to $9 and then reverted back again. Other than that, there is nothing particularly interesting to say about, because these moves are from $3.5 to $5, so they are not that magnificent in longer term charts. But if we would be able to look at like 4-hour time frames, these still would be tradable markets, because overall volatility wasn't that large and there still were plenty of opportunities for shorter term traders, not for trend followers, which are in the long term range, I'm afraid, but that's what it is. And these extremely boring markets, which were, and they are not boring, I have to also excuse myself, they are alright, but they are not great in comparison to other trends that is made by silver. So here's my clarification again. So I would rephrase that, and I would say from relatively calm and predictable markets within the range from $4 to $6 or $7, which it moved to all the 90s and early 2000s, silver started to move again, and from early 2000s it went from $4 to $21, and when financial crisis started it crashed to $8, and then immediately it shot back again to $49, and then it spiked up and down in directions up until summer 2012, and this range was quite spectacular, for $49 to $34, up and get 43, then back to 30, back to 36, back to 20. So everything from early 2000s gave plenty of good trends. Now of course, realistically, we will have periods like that, which is roughly 1 year when silver stayed in very sharp range, or years here. So we have to be objective here. We cannot allow ourselves to delude our vision because we see one extreme movement and ignore those flat markets. But still over, even if we include that, these were spectacular moves and traders should have made fortune in these moves. So the markets continued their good trending markets and fell to $20 in 2013, then reverted and continued their downtrends until early 2016, when prolonged range markets from $14 to $20 continued, and these give some profit opportunities for only shorter term traders. And then after COVID, or to be precise, when COVID supports hit across the globe, silver increased from $14 to $30 and then continued to be quite volatile and eventually fell to $18. But interestingly enough, war in Ukraine didn't make much difference here. So let's see how that would look for shorter term traders, how we could identify some trading opportunities here. Let's see our magnificent daily chart for last couple of years. So let's see. As you recall, these were not great markets to trade, so don't expect miracles. Let's just see whether they will be making money on average. Let's see. In 2016 there will be several break-even trends, nothing more. Up until 2018, these are not good markets for trading. One acceptable short-term short trade, and maybe one small uptrend in late 2019, and then spike in COVID was not possible to capitalize on, and that small uptrend after that, yes, that was one small uptrend. The second 50-50 trade, I would say. After that, even war in Ukraine didn't bother that much to these markets. Let's see whether something similar would happen for short-term traders. There, of course, opportunities are a bit more. So let's see. Let's start with 2021. Oh no, maybe 2020, because I want to show you that good trend. Yes, let's deliberately start with slightly better start and see, yes, that this move in 2020 was easily to capitalize on and gave you very good profit opportunities, which logically followed by ranging markets, which gave you a couple of small profit trends but nothing more. Overall, these are not trades for fortunes, but still there is something to pay for your expenses so that you are not red. These moves gave you small profit but nothing huge. You see here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 trades which were alright, and there are similar patterns here with ability for you to pay for the headaches, nerves and expenses, and maybe be in slight profit. But then of course, just right after the war, at least there were one decent trend which made for those break-even periods. So what I could say about silver, you saw that last 4 years might not be the greatest because you had like 2 good trends only now and in 2020. But here's the thing, there's a tendency for silver to be very boring, and sometimes like here nothing happens, and then there are moves like these. If we would be able to see those moves, you would see that these moves could make multiple times your money, and that's the thing, you could make fortune in these moves. Here also exceptional trends. I remember those trends actually. I think this was one of my most profitable trades ever in absolute terms. And then when you made those fortunes, there's period of consolidation, and then you wait for next opportunities and you balance your market. If you balance your markets, you will be ahead for every single year, and this is how realistically it works. And in my next video we will see other markets such as platinum, palladium and copper, and how actually they have performed, and I think you will see something quite interesting there which you weren't expected. So stay tuned for my next video, and bye.